just like. And so we all know we have our 7 elite traits. Yes? That's what we talked about. And so we have each one. So the first one is your body. The second one is ability to learn. Third one is learning quickly. Fourth is your attitude. Fifth, personality type of stuff. 6, use of psychological skills. You're in the age where you could, that question makes sense. It doesn't make sense for me because I'm 52, like earlier acquisition. I can't remember back to being 15, 16. And then your sport-specific abilities. So I will talk, and then Mackenzie's going to give her example. So the point of the activity is to take a few minutes and to read those. And then to write down where you think it is a strength, right? In order to write down something you think might be a barrier. So here's my example. So when I did my basketball stuff, my example would be what? It says appropriate body, no way, Jose. Right? So I would put, no, I'm too short, or I'm a small guy. Right? So I put something like need to manage, I put a little check mark, right? And then I'd go down to the next one. High learnability and general coordination facilitates acquisition of new technical and cognitive skills. That's a strength. I'm as quick as they come to learn. High improvement rate, bingo, done. Exceptional attitude, nobody's got a better attitude, right? Nobody. Even at age 52, I have the best attitude. Personality, a little nervous, right? It comes with being small, right? In basketball, a little nervous. People are a lot bigger. So I would put need to manage like emotions, not reactive emotions, but just the normal nervousness. No shame in that. And then sport-specific abilities. Nobody's more explosive at this size. Windmill, right? It doesn't matter if people are 7 foot tall. It doesn't really matter. They block it with their chin. But I would say that's probably a strength. And then I would put down something like basketball knowledge-wise, at the highest level, I wouldn't say that I had the knowledge to do certain things from a point guard position. So I write a little note about that, right? And then we're going to do that after Mackenzie talks. Then we're going to turn the page and see what it's about. Ooh, Coach.
So my example, appropriate body size, I put that as a strength, being chair, like normal size. High learnability, I put that to strength because I tend to learn things really fast. Also high improvement rate, I put a strength, put that for strength, and then I put, I have a good attitude and I'm always willing to learn, so I put that as a strength as well. I could be a little bit more motivated, so I need to manage that. Mental toughness, self-regulation, emotional stability, that's definitely a strength. But my sports-specific abilities, I definitely need to work on my endurance, making sure I'm staying in shape and make sure I'm getting enough sleep because fatigue and stress like that tends to wear on me. So that's what.
And so the point now is that you do yours, right? As you see. Okay, status, everybody? Everybody good? Okay. Good, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay, let's turn it over. Activity 2. I'll talk for a little bit, not long, and then Mackenzie will give her. And so the point here is now to write a few sentences. It says, my takeaways from my need to manage list, my takeaways from my strength list, right? And so if I talked about my strength list, that's always more fun than my need to manage list. So again, best attitude in the world, fast learner, all that type of stuff. Right? So, all right about that, and I feel great about it. But then the need to manage list is what? It was learn more about high-level basketball. I'm not Steve Nash. I wish I was, right? But that's the same age group. We got a lot more about the game, trying to be able to compete at a higher level. Right about that. I can do that. I could write about need to manage. Somewhat what Mackenzie said, what she'll say, or doesn't have to say. The exercise stuff is easy for me, but doing the right amount and getting the sleep was big, right? It is when you're 5'8". It's not as big as when you're 7'2", right? So I write something about that. And then about managing my emotions, not being nervous, Mark, I wrote something about that.
For my needs to manage list, obviously need to improve my overall well-being, getting enough sleep, drinking water, eating right, and also keeping improving my strength and endurance. And then for my strength list, I learned, I'm a very hard worker. I'm a coachable athlete. I'm always open to acquiring new skills. So I learned, that I have mental toughness and I'm just going to be the best that I can.
So you're right. Honesty is always the best policy. Right? Again, activity is sport specific. We all have, most likely, not all, but most likely we have different soccer goals in the room. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So something about what you wrote about here. Because from here on out, not always here on out, but we're sport, and then we could go backwards going sport to life with the activity, whereas when we first started, we really went from life and the ideas that we were going to add to sports. Okay, here we go. Next box, right? We just want to write one goal. It says, please write down one goal you cannot accomplish within the short term, right? So that's not tomorrow, not next week, not before Christmas, right? That is based on, so what would be logical? It would be logical to base it on your need to manage list, right? Is everybody listening? You need to manage list, right? Mackenzie, what would you write for? Yeah, that's a sentence. Better my well-being. You could say, well, I don't want to tell you what to say. Then you write what I say. That's not the point, right? Here we go, right? And so, what is it most likely going to be when you ask to write one thing? What is it most likely to be? The least important. What is it most likely to be? It's most likely to be the most important thing to you, right? That's right. Well, that's why I enjoy teaching online. I don't feel I'm fully.
I didn't know if I was supposed to explain it or just put the word.
Right here, my heart will be warm if somebody asks me a question.
Should I explain it or just put the word?
I would write a sentence. Yeah. Get 8 hours of sleep, whatever it is, right? Yeah. Young people do. Young people do.
Sleep.
Sleep. You need sleep.
Yesterday was eating healthy and gaining back my sleep. Because I'm very slow right now. I need something.
Last thing, come to the screen.
Because
Okay, does anybody want to say what they wrote? Anybody? What's that?
I like
What is it?
I said start eating healthy and gaining back my speed / endurance.
That's awesome. Great. Who else wants to share one? Yes, ma'am.
Better myself for me and my team.
Great. Better yourself and you and your team. Now I can see. I think when I do the video, why is there a fan noise? Now I realize why I have. Yeah, it's horrible. Then I ask a question back from like, I don't even hear it. Okay. Anybody else? Now I realize I have to do all the editing for the video because someone thumbs down, right? Well, here's the fan. Anybody else?
I feel that I really wanted for my body to be strong and fit for soccer.
Awesome. Strong body, soccer himself. Anybody else? Chloe Sosa. How about you? I did the polar, so I start learning people's names. And when I log in on a name that I know,
And now you got name with
yeah,
picture.
that's the pictures of the names, and then boom, boom. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You did not tell
He
me.
saw
Yeah, I
all
saw it all.
those
I
pictures.
saw it all. Then I start going, this is gonna be pretty good on Tuesday. I can start pointing now.
What did I do?
Well, what is it? What you working?
Okay, I put getting a scholarship for college and for good team.
That sounds good. What's wrong with that? It's good. Okay. So let's go down. We're gonna finish strong here. We got our heart rate stuff. We got so much great stuff to do today. And this is important, right? So Mackenzie comes into the screen, right? The F.I.T.S system is about we're gonna look at what we wrote, and we're just gonna double check. Most likely, we wrote something that fits the F.I.T.S system. That's always awkward to talk about F.I.T.S and fitting the system, right? So Mackenzie was your age, and I was in the room, and she said stuff about cheer, and she said stuff about mental health or endurance or strength or endurance and sleep, right? It's a general thing. I would say, well, hold it, Mackenzie, let's do this F.I.T.S thing. The first one is F. Does it fit your personality? Does it fit your passion? Yeah, so that's a yes, right? So when you look at your goal, the point is to say, am I sure that that goal fits me? So I'll give an example. If I wasn't highly conscientious, right, to write some goal about doing my homework on time, it's not that it's a bad goal. I better double check the goal because it doesn't fit my personality being conscientious. Does that make sense? Right? If I write to get more sleep and I go to school all day and I work a night job, that doesn't fit. Right? Now, I won't up having passion for it in 2 seconds because I go to my job. Right? I've worked a night job before. Right? Library, and then I go to school all day and I work at the library till 2 in the morning and I class at 8. I mean, I wanted to sleep, but the goal wasn't realistic for certain nights of the week. Right? The I, how important is it? Look at your goal. Look at what you wrote and go, self, is that really important to me? Because the point of all this is, and this is where it reverse, because we say something about in life, for yourself, and then for soccer, right? If it's really important to you, I tell you what, you should do it. Right? You shouldn't do anything that's not important. If I wrote down something I can't think what it'd be. I don't know. I wrote something down, blah 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 blah, and it really wasn't. It's really not that important. But I felt I needed to write it because I'm in soccer. It's soccer time. And it's really not that important. They don't slip by in 2 days. It's gone. Right? And we come back in a week, a month. We say, hey, how's your goal going? You go, right? And so we want to make sure it's the one that go, right? And so drive 10 billion hours for cheer stuff. That's right. It's easy. She's the easiest client, and she wasn't a client. It should be easy, right? Because it's always yes, because you put in the time, right? Is the timing right, right? Here's a quick one for us. We got the holidays coming up. If you talk about food and weight in a goal, I tell you what, you gotta buckle down, right? You gotta buckle down. You got to buckle down if you put food and stuff down. Because the holidays, people go wild, right? Buckle down. Right? No barriers, Coach Mackenzie? No barriers, right? And then is it simple enough to actually articulate? There's a million ways to write goals. You can write paragraphs of goals, pages of goals, goals upon goals upon goals. But then we get we get so many words and so many sentences, I can't remember what the goal was, right? So if you look at that thing, is it simple enough that you can actually do it? Yeah, right? So you want to look at it. You want to finish strong right now. Write that goal so it fits the F.I.T.S principle. All I'm asking you to do is double check yourself. Because I love, Mackenzie and I would really enjoy that if you gave it back to Coach Lima, and she Xeroxed it somehow, sent me as a PDF. I don't have to really know anybody's name. It'd be okay to know your name, so we can talk to you. I can say, hey Chloe, how's this goal that you set going about going to college, getting paid for it on a scholarship? And you go, oh, this is what's going on. I say, oh, I tell you what, Chloe, BJ, who does the strength conditioning, to see if somebody can help you out and get you a scholarship. How about that? And you go, oh, that's okay, that's a good deal. And it's a good deal only because I know it's her goal, right? Then I know to ask her, and I know to help her out, right? So that would be great if we did that. Yeah, awesome.
Tom Stone is the head coach.
I'm at the grocery store. It's hey doc. Yeah, it's funny. I'm not really a doctor, but they always say hey doc. They think I'm a doctor. Professor. Right? Here we go. Last hurrah. Let's write it again. Double check yourself. Make darn sure that's the thing you want to write. Then we get that thing Xeroxed, and then we can know.
Let's talk about our goal for this year. It's really simple.
Getting up.
That's it.
We have a meeting
Huh?
today. We have a meeting
Why do you think about that?
today.
How's everybody doing? Let's focus right here. One more minute. Make sure that thing is super set. And then the skill you've learned, right everybody? Listen for 2 more seconds. The skill you've learned is you can do this process now in reverse for life. You can do it for your homework. You can do it for going to college. You can do it for becoming the best nurse in the world, the best whatever in the world. Right? All you do is reverse the process. Because remember, when we first spoke, this list is the same list no matter what you want to achieve. It's just that the things are more varied, right? Remember the height, weight thing, big one for basketball, not for being a professor. I can be any height and any weight I want. Can't lose my job.